companies that are doing well often make the mistake of becoming very contented and almost too comfortable and too fat in their own space. And you only have to go to a Harvard program, which I was lucky enough to do, and look at all the case studies of organisations that were powerhouse organisations in the 50s and 60s, and by the 70s have all but disappeared. And it depends on the interest and the desire of management to keep abreast of change and to be all the time looking at doing things better, and to not be afraid to look into the future and say, these are areas where we've got major challenges and problems approaching us, and to start corrective action then. Things like developing new products or new services, and to keep abreast of what's happening in other countries as well, which is much easier today with the power of the internet and the fact that the world has globalised so rapidly in the last 10 years. Strategic direction is always a challenge to management because it is a complex issue. It takes time, it takes a lot of thinking and research, and the people that try and do it within the organisation are often at the disadvantage of not being in tune with the wider marketplace because they're spending all their time working for that organisation. So there are tools and techniques that organisations can undertake. They can use external consultants to do what I call a SWOT analysis. That's the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats of the business. You can use independent market research to check with customers to make sure that the feedback that you're getting demonstrates that they're satisfied. And I think by reading and talking to as many relevant people as you can to stay abreast of what's happening in your footprint in your industry. The failure to do this is a very severe penalty of loss of business, and we've seen over the last 20 or 30 years with technology how quickly industries can be wiped out because they haven't kept abreast of changing technologies that will affect ultimately their business. Another way of moving forward with strategy is to invite internal stakeholders, key employees, to have brainstorming sessions and breakaway weekends where all sorts of issues can be addressed, again using the SWOT analysis approach. The core values, I believe, represent the foundation of the business, and strategic values are a dynamic document that's reviewed regularly, and it sits above the core values. But they obviously need to be closely linked, otherwise there will be distortion in the direction of the overall business. Strategic alliances are really an extension of networking. They are vital to any business, and strategic alliances are where I believe you need to demonstrate bona fide goodwill in forming an alliance by helping that organisation or that network with a benefit. People act to benefit, and if they see that you are providing a benefit to them, which could be a tip-off about some vital information that might help them in their own business, or some form of advice that will help them, they will be very appreciative of that, and that will start to build a level of goodwill that will flow back to you. I'm not a practicing Christian as much as I used to be, but there is that famous quote in the Bible that says, "Cast the bread upon the waters, and ye shall receive." And I believe very much in that pro bono, whereby you act in a very genuine, positive, honest manner to help people, and that help and that support and that friendly advice will come back to you.